Obviously, this is one of the most controversial time in the world of sports because for the Ballon d'Or, it's still a whole lot of points to talk about and look into what happens. And also, you take it back to the U.S. Open on tennis, you would see a lady, Coco Gauff, is really doing amazingly well. Now, for Formula One, Lewis Hamilton in the news. For world of football, Messi, Ellen Haaland comparison, talks about these guys are still much on. But let's talk about what's really transpiring right now because this is international break time. And we're not going to be talking more about league football because cost demands we need to come back. When you want to talk about football, talk about what's really happening. But for the Super Eagles, what's really going on? Sao Tome and Principe game coming up in Uyo, and that's scheduled for Sunday. And that game will be a very, very nice game to see. Not really a do or die because we already have what it takes to go out there to make it okay at Ivory Coast. But let's talk about what happened yesterday. Football fans were bred from Super Eagles training on Thursday night at the team intensified preparation for the 23 African Cup of Nations qualifier against Sao Tome and Principe. The team's first training session on Wednesday was open to the media and fans. Today's session, also inside the main bowl of the Godswill Akpabio Stadium International side, was, however, held behind closed doors. It means the fans expressed disappointment with the decision of Jose Pesero's led coaching crew, and this took the presence of security operative at the main entrance of the stadium to maintain peace and order. But this one is vital. You need to know all the 23 invited players took part in the training section. The Super Eagles side will also continue their preparation for the game against the true compatriots on Friday. So like I said before, it is not a do or die, but we need to get the result right against Sao Tome and Principe. Look at the kind of players we have. The forward line alone is amazing. Taiwo Awoniyi is scoring all goals, cylinder in the Premier League. That's our Boniface, Victor Boniface, Victor Osimhen, Gift Orban, Victor, what's the name? Boniface as well for Bayer Leverkusen. All those guys, I doubt the Sao Tome and Principe side can actually get the holders on. But moving on to the next story, the Super Eagles of Nigeria will host the Crocodiles of Lesotho in the opening fixture of the qualifiers for the 26th FIFA World Cup. The game will hold at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium in Uyo on November 13th. South Africa, Benin Republic, now managed by former Super Eagles head coach Genotro, Rwanda and Zimbabwe and other clubs, countries in the group to take us on that very path. And that's for the qualifiers. Now, the Nigerian Football Federation, NFF, has congratulated Super Eagles top striker Victor Osimhen and Super Falcons forward Aziza Oshola on their nomination for the 23 Ballon d'Or honors. This for me sounds good. Osimhen, who scored 26 goals in Italian Serie A last season to help Napoli to their first Italian league title in 33 years, also scored 5 goals in the UEFA Champions League, in which Napoli made it to the semi-finals. We are indeed very proud of the nomination of our players, Victor Osimhen and Aziza Oshola, for the Ballon d'Or. It's the first time that players from the same country are nominated for both male and female category. And also this makes us proud coming from the NFF. It also underscores the stellar career that both players have at the moment, and we pray that God will continue to take them from glory to glory. NFF General Secretary Dr. Mohamed Sanusi said ahead of this incredible personalities. This nomination will also, no doubt, encourage other Nigerian international players everywhere to be pivotal for their club side and also for the national team anytime they are on international road. Oshola, who plays for Barcelona, has been pivotal for the Spanish club Barcelona Femenine in the past 2 seasons, scoring a lot of goals as well as assists, and also scored a crucial goal for Nigerian Super Falcons against host nation Australia at the 23 FIFA Women's World Cup that was just concluded. And that's for the Aziza Oshola and Victor Osimhen. Let me have a take on this one because I want to say that Osimhen, 30 men shortlisted already. Aziza Oshola for the ladies. She is the only African player in that list. And some people say she had a disappointing outfit with us in Australia and New Zealand. But I want to say that she has come to show presence. She has shown character. She's been clinical in front of goals. And Oshola, like the NFF are really saying, giving all that praise and lavishing praises to them, I feel Oshola can still be better. She can still do more than she's done. Now, let's go on to the next story. Ghana have secured qualification for the next African Cup of Nations after the recorded 2-1 win over Central African Republic at the Baba Yara Stadium in Kumasi on Thursday evening. The Black Stars looked on the threat when the Wild Beast, Lois Mufota, put the visitors ahead midway through the first half, but new West Ham signing Mohamed Kudus struck directly from a free kick shortly before the interval and late tap in from Ernest Appiah secured the deserved but hard-earned victory. That goal came in the down minute. Now, the result ensures Ghana finished top of Group E with 12 points, and they are joined in qualification for next year's continental tournament by Angola, who recorded a draw against Madagascar in a concurrent game in Lubango and for the African Cup of Nations. Now, moving on, let's go away from that. Let's stop and talk about tennis. This one looks very different. She is a teenager. She's not just the teenager you want to talk, maybe that you want to, the age can be talked about or looked into. She's 19. American teenager Coco Gauff shrugged off a 49-minute stoppage caused by a climate protester to power into the U.S. Open final on Thursday with a straight set defeat to Carolina Muchova. The 19-year-old from Florida advanced to her first final at the Flushing Meadow after winning 6-4, 7-5 in a semi-final that took nearly 3 hours to complete due to disruption of protester. Now, Toto Gauff will face either second-seeded Aryna Sabalenka, the Belarusian, or compatriot Madison Keys in Saturday's final, who plays later on Thursday. Coco Gauff later admitted the long delay has been challenging, but said she had sympathy with the activists and their cause. Muchova, meanwhile, suggested little could be done to stop protests in the future for that game. Now, American youngster Coco Gauff will be targeted by her first Grand Slam title after battling to victory on the Arthur Ashe Stadium court. Gauff, who is now the youngest American woman to reach the U.S. Open final since her idol Serena Williams back in 1999, had looked to be crushing and closing towards victory in the first set. And that's for Coco Gauff. I love to see young lads give their best on what they do. Her story now, or her gameplay on court, on Grand Slam, you would not even agree with me that she's just 19. And what she said, she's set on the landmark okay and open. Now it's about Coco Gauff. Maybe, because I fear Aryna Sabalenka might just be the lady that can stop her, maybe. No disrespect to Madison Keys, right? But for Aryna Sabalenka, the Belarusian international, she knows this very well, and she can't wait to be in the final. But for Gauff, she is already in the final, and that's just what it is. Let's move on to the next one, where Rory McIlroy in the world of golf rode 5 birdies to a pain-free opening round of 69 at the Irish Open on Thursday, declaring himself in the tournament and over recent back injury. Rory McIlroy batted his final 2 holes at the K Club in Stratham, County Kildare, Ireland, to overcome rust and 2 bogeys in a round he summarized as a bit of struggle. Still, Rory McIlroy will enter Friday's second round in a tie of 27th place and 4 shots behind Sharma of the Indian side, who shot 7 under 65. 5 players are under another shot back and the 6 under. 6 players at 5 under and 14 more at 4 under par. Rory McIlroy, 34, have been dealing with an ailing back since a walkout prior to the Tour Championship. He won also the last Irish Open at the K Club 7 years ago. The Northern Irishman said this week his back was 90 to 95% and doesn't limit him. Asked about Thursdays if his back had any impact on his round, Rory McIlroy offered a decisive answer. McIlroy also said he plans to follow his typical practice routine Thursday afternoon, returning to the range and putting green in search of his rhythm. And that's for Rory McIlroy. With enough work, Rory McIlroy said he would be more comfortable in the second round, and that's for Friday. Rory McIlroy, I love to say that Rory McIlroy has been exceptional over time. I know about the injury when it came to happen, and we felt that it was going to be a mere injury, but it's really been taken away from this man, and we're still hoping to see that he comes back fully fit. But regardless, still, that has not stopped him, from doing what he knows how to do well. It's been about Rory McIlroy in the world of golf and how well he's been taken. I know the decision he made about the LRV and the PGA Tour, and he feels he is standing in the right place for the golf world. Now let's go and talk about football. The European qualifier is still on, where Netherlands scored 3 times in the first half against Greece in Eindhoven on Thursday and closed to a victory that lifted them to a second place in the Group B of Euro 2024 qualifying games. Thrashed 4-0 by France in their opener in March, the Dutch side, or you call them the Orange, had then beaten Gibraltar by 3-0 to enter their 3rd match in the 4th place in the group. The Dutch took the lead after 17 minutes when Denzel Dumfries headed a corner from Daley Blind and also across goal, and Martin de Roon nodded in. Dumfries also set up another second one in the 31st minute, crowning on need to build up with a pass to Goody Gakpo in the penalty area. The Liverpool attacker fired home for the Dutch side. 8 minutes later, Dumfries found was Vegas alone in front of the goal, and then the Hoffenheim striker nodded the ball down and into the corner of the net Joseph Dumfries is in high form. Now, Coach Ronald Coleman was able to bring off some of his key men in the second half to give Tijani Rangers his international debut. The Netherlands overtook Ireland and Greece to go second in the Group D. Trail leader France, who beat the Irish side 2-0 in Paris by 9 points and have 2 games in hand. While the French are also in the friendly action next week, the Dutch visit Dublin on Sunday. Gustavo Poyet, Greek, that's the Greece host, Gibraltar, and that's what it is. I think Dumfries have been in a high form for the Dutch side over time. And I've been seeing this guy as a player who everybody would love to watch play. But if you watch the game very well for the Ronald Koeman side, you would see assists coming from the right fullback. He attacks very well. He plays for Inter Milan. He's been exceptional. He's one of the reasons why people barely talk about Achraf Hakimi for Inter Milan. No disrespect to Hakimi, but about Denzel Dumfries, he's been living up to expectation for Ronald Koeman's side, and I'm loving the way he's playing. Now let's talk about Denmark for the qualifying games. Denmark playmaker Christian Eriksen, who plays for Man United, put up a passing masterclass in his side, 4-0 win over San Marino in their Euro 24 Group H qualifier on Thursday, creating 3 goals, and the side cruised to an easy victory over the visitors. Eriksen was denied the chance to break the deadlock from the spot 20 minutes later when penalty decision was overturned by the VAR. But the Danes soon took the lead through Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. The competitive midfielder allowed a clever pass from Jonas Wayne to run across his body before rattling down home a right-footed shot to open the scoring in the 26th minute. The second goal came 2 minutes later when Christian Eriksen wrong-footed the San Marino defense with a sublime backheel into the path of the own Russian Joachim Mechel, who took the ball past the keeper and slotted home a simple finish, making his 123rd appearance for Denmark. Eriksen notched up his second assist in the 40th minute, teeing up a striker win to score, and instead came in second half stoppage time when substitute Yusuf Poulsen got the slight lot of touches to a speculative cross to seal the win. The victory moves Denmark to second in the group on 10 points after 5 games, 2 behind leaders Finland and ahead of the 3rd place Slovenia on goal difference. Congratulations to Denmark, I must say. At Hampton Park it happened. Now for the French national side, who happened to have not considered going to qualifiers, it's great to say that Didier Deschamps is doing amazingly well. I'm so well impressed. Aurélien Tchouameni's superb strike set France up for a comfortable 2-0 win over Ireland in the Euro 24 qualifier on Thursday, as the Les Bleus took a big step towards securing a spot at the next year's final in Germany. Real Madrid midfielder Tchouameni opened the scoring with a stunning first-time hit into the far corner in the 90th minute on a steamy night in Paris, and substitute Marcus Thuram, who plays for Inter Milan, increased the lead just half-time later on. Last year's beating World Cup finalists have maximum 15 points and have yet to concede a goal after 5 matches in qualifying Group B games, which they lead by a massive 9 points from both the Netherlands and the Greece side. The Dutch also, who have played just 3 games, beat Greece 3-0 in Eindhoven and are favourites to qualify with France. And that's just what it is. Also, Ireland is still there, but with just 3 points after 4 games, we surely need to beat the Netherlands at home on Sunday to maintain a realistic chance of going through. Now, playing the 900th game in their history, this was France at something like their formidable best at their athleticism and physicality, allied with far superior technical ability, gave Ireland next 2 chances to pack the princess. The champs gave Lucas Hernandez his first cap since the defender suffered a serious knee injury at last year's World Cup, while new PSG signing Ousmane Dembele started on the front foot of the right side, and Olivier Giroud spearheaded their attack for the French national side. You call them the Blues. And Ireland, meanwhile, had Adam Ada of Norwich City leading attack, deprived of teenage prodigy Evan Ferguson due to injury. He wasn't involved in that very much game. Now, wrapping up the show, a trademark holding free kick from Lionel Messi got the world champion Argentina off to a winning start in the South American World Cup qualifying on Thursday with a 1-0 victory at home to Ecuador. Messi, who led Argentina to their 3rd World Cup triumph in Qatar in December, has yet to confirm whether he will be, or if he will continue with the national side all the way to 2026. But he showed his importance yet again with a breakthrough in what had threatened to be a frustrating night for Lionel Scaloni's team, and Messi was involved. Now, Lautaro Martinez won a free kick in the central area in the 78th minute just outside the Ecuador penalty area, and Messi executed to perfection with his efforts floating over the wall and dipping perfectly to beat the stationary Herman Galindez. With a goal, Messi drew level with former Barcelona teammate Luis Suarez of Uruguay as the all-time leading scorers in the South American qualifying games, both with 29 goals. But the Messi side, talk about Argentina, has dominated possession against an Ecuador side which dominated and defended in numbers and limited their attack to the occasional break on the counter. And that's for Argentina. Would Messi play at the World Cup again? Time will tell on that. But lastly on the show, everyone has got their own best player of all time. We know about the GOAT, greatest of all time. Now I've got Nigerian artist, singer, songwriter, I want to call him. They like to call him Davido. Nigerian singer Davido has picked Cristiano Ronaldo as the greatest player of all time ahead of Lionel Messi. Davido recently graced the stage with a spectacular performance at 23 Professional Footballers Association PFA Award, marked another high-profile appearance following his show-stopping act at the 22 FIFA World Cup in Qatar. But quoting the Nigerian artist with the Spotlight family and Davido, he said he loved them both, but voiced his preference for the Portuguese football icon Cristiano Ronaldo. Let me quote Davido. He said, "Ronaldo for me, Cristiano for me, you know what outcomes, very, very disciplined. I am a very, very disciplined person, you know. And to have that kind of success and to be so disciplined at the same time is something I have always admired about Cristiano Ronaldo. I like them both, but I personally am a Ronaldo guy," coming from Davido. This is where we'll call it a wrap on the Friday show right here on Voice of the People TV. I'll be back on your TV screen again, hopefully on Monday, to take you where you need to be in the world of sports. It's really been an amazing time from Monday to Friday, and I've been running this race for you. But I'll do it again when I return. For now, make sure you do it right, because if you're not doing it right, you are definitely doing it wrong. My name is Kizzy K. Stay safe. Peace out.